New challenger with the new challenge being on this fail. We're gonna start off with a part series, a part 1 being the Elite Goblins and facing off. It's of course the same team as before if you watched the Dark Sun video, but yeah, this will be a part series for the new challenge in Miitopia. So obviously, massive spoiler warnings are obviously warned. Nonetheless, this is where things get eaten up. Much more than the Tower of Dread from the 3DS version that it also returned to the Switch. The Elite Goblins. Most of them do alright, but one goblin is stronger than the rest. They also make your Mii's angry, which is actually pretty benefit, which is a good benefit. Still, it uses more of an MP, but it's not the worst threat to worry about. That's actually pretty helpful. Because, you know, they do double damage. Maybe even more. Nonetheless, the Elite Goblins are alright. They have, again, they have a decent amount of HP, and it's basically a big horde. So, like, we have, like, maximum amount. Nonetheless, we see that, again, that's the main goblin now, the one that hit, the first one hit stronger than the rest, and then the rest have been taken care of. Next up is Heavy Golem. The next challenge is Heavy Golem. It's basically hard mode. If you remember in story mode, when you fight the Fire Golem, which is the last one you need to face before you get through. This is basically just that again. But yeah. Heavy Golem is basically a hard mode Fire Golem for post game. So basically it's Fire Golem, but he's now at the difficulty of, but yeah. It's basically Fire Golem. He does blast damage. It hits heavy for the main target. It's actually pretty it's a bit more challenging. This one acts more like a boss, you know. But yeah. The main goal is just, he's hard mode Fire Golem. He does splash damage. He he has more bulk, you know. He's basically a standard post-game boss for the second floor. But yeah, even evading is kind of dangerous when it gets to avoiding. There's not too much to say with Heavy Golem because of how, you know, he's basically just hard mode Fire Golem for the post game, which I think I said the third time around. But just like actual fantasy golems, he is tanky. So expect this to last a bit longer than you expect. Nonetheless, this is doing pretty alright for the playthrough. I'm not gonna say right now of how hard this could actually get. But let's just say things get pretty more interesting once we get to the later towers, because it looks like, okay, it's somewhat difficult, but in the later challenges, you will now understand why it's difficult. It may not seem like it yet, but the later floors, they get much, much worse. But nonetheless, but yeah, again, donkey or the horse, like, it's a main player heal, because restoring MP occasionally is, like, super important. But yeah, the team, but once again, if you didn't see the Dark Sun video, the team up is Royal, Mage, Imp, and Seth. And I have to say, it worked just enough for this type of boss fight. Again, the max levels, relations, only the main player and Marissa have max relations, but because of how you get full HP restorers, whereas having some extra get upgraded over time, midway fight, is still a good idea. And that's Heavy Golem out of the way. Now the third challenge is the Neon Pharaohs. So yeah, we got to the Golem, now we get harder Pharaoh boss fights. This part is actually not too bad, because if you remember, the co-status effect just makes it so that a me would force the Pharaoh to give an HP banana. It's still bothersome because it wastes a turn for 3 out of your 4 teammates. However, this can be used to, but if the HP bananas aren't that much, this helps you to go just to safe spot to restore from the curse status effect. And with that, it's pretty easy to get through. It's not that bad. Again, the Pharaohs do basic attack, it does splash damage, like the Heavy Golem beforehand, but they're only there to give the curse status effect to drag on the fight. But the Pharaoh fight's still pretty easy, even if 3 out of 4 Miis can't do anything. It's basically alright. I have to say that the curse status effects from this Pharaoh does look pretty cool with the new designs for these new bosses. But yeah, splash damage is still a big deal here. So yeah, but unlike Heavy Golem, it's nowhere near as bad. Because there is 3 of them, but it's more of just dragging the fight because of a curse status effect, if anything. Like, if you just take down one, the fight, it gets even easier, so this one's fail. If you ended up maxing up your HP bananas, it would be more bothersome, but you can basically do super well that you barely get that many upgrades for HP bananas, which is both a good thing and a bad thing in some ways, but if you could do well even without maxing up HP banana status, it's not that bad. But yeah, the only downside is just that you'd have to constantly get safe spot zones back and forth. And look at that, and just like that, one of them is done. So then that means at least 2 Miis can finally do more damage. And again, I'm telling you, Donkey is really good. Nonetheless. I mean, I know the speeds for the team specifically, since Mage goes first, then it would have been Royal, and then Seth and Imp are, like, tied way up between which one goes first. I remember the patterns of Mii's speeds in the Emny turns. It's pretty alright, nonetheless. But yeah, this is mainly a part series because I could definitely say there's no way I can do the whole fights with every single Tower of Despair fight in one go. But I can at least say I can at least do this part pretty well. Nonetheless, it's pretty easy to get through each of them. But yeah, it's mainly just getting rid of the curse status effect, which is really easy. Just get them to the safe spot. And like that, there's only one left, and yeah, you know how it's all that. Yeah, it's basically, it's pretty easy. It's just the curse status effect is gonna be a bit bothersome. It's more difficult if you maxed out the maximum HP recovery for HP bananas, but since you're not gonna be able to do that if you just, so unless you just grind it to max out HP bananas, like you could go through the whole game and barely get that much HP banana recoveries. But yeah, it's pretty easy. Next up is Colossal Serpent. The best way to describe Colossal Serpent is a glass cannon. And why is that? Because with the help of Donkey, I did 2,000 damage right off the bat. Yeah, that's right, Donkey is really good. But yeah, Colossal Serpent is a glass cannon. He does high damage, he does attack 3 times, but that's it. And I already have to say that this was the best one against Colossal Serpent, because you would hit hard and do huge damage to my team beforehand if I didn't take care of this any earlier. But fortunately, with the help of Donkey that first turn, I was able to finish Colossal Serpent off really easily. Like, that's like speed 1 territory. And that's part 1 for ya.